Good morning, everybody. It's Patricia coming from Glasgow, one of my favourite parks, just beside the River Kelvin. And I've got I'll not embarrass them by taking photos when they're doing the toilet. But I have two doggies today. We've got Darcy and we've got Floyd. And in fact, we've just been weaving in and out lots of children from nurseries. A whole cycling team, there must have been about 20 of them. And I don't know whether the dogs were trying to avoid them or they were trying to avoid the dogs, but we managed to survive. And we're now going through my favourite tunnel. There's Darcy just dawdling along. As Floyd's going to be coming. Let's see how fast he goes. And then of course we're beside, this is getting darker and darker, we're beside my favourite Heart's Ease, carved into the bridge, the pillar of the bridge. Do you hear the water? Wait till we hear the water. Don't go down in there. No, here. Just in case they go in. Oh, that's lovely, lovely. It's just quite calming just listening to the water. Isn't it? The water's quite full just now with all the rain we've had. And we're going up into the trees, which is beautiful. You know I love trees, of course. I've done a podcast this morning on kintsugi, so you'll need to listen into that. I'll publish it later. But you'll find out what kintsugi has to do with well-being. And of course I did a radio interview at the beginning of the week, so it's been exciting times. And the park's really quite empty. I love when it's kind of just peaceful and calm. Not that I'm antisocial, but I do like just walking by myself. And will we go up this way? Do we see what are the doggies doing now? Here, come on now. No. Right, come on, this way. Darcy, this way. You saw another doggie there and she starts barking, saying, "Play with me, please play with me." And she spends more energy, but that's her now deciding. Oh, there we are. Please chase me, please chase me. And Floyd's not the least bit bothered. No. Oh, hi there, Alex. Good morning. I can take the walk instead of everybody else going out. So while I'm walking, you can just imagine you're having a lovely walk through a park. I'll give Alex a wee wave there. Right, doggies, come on. This way. That's it. I don't know. Now, I know there's a gentleman along here, but I think actually he's got a doggie that does go in the water. I don't want mine to go in the water today. Either get carried away by the river and I can't go in after them, or I don't want wet doggies in the car. No, this gentleman's on his phone. I was thinking the way down to the river has been blocked off, but it hasn't actually. So it's just, there's Floyd. Floyd, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's it. Oh. Oh dear, Floyd's now found his voice. They all sound as if they're having a fight and it's quite angry, but actually it's just playing. It can frighten people, but they're just playing. That's the sun coming out now. It's really lovely today. Right. Come on. I'll just keep the video on today. We're going to be walking across the bridge and then getting to the other side. It's quieter around the other side, or even more quiet. Can't imagine this is actually in the middle of the city. I think we're one of the cities in Europe that has the most parks. I might be wrong, I'm not sure about. Need to check up my facts on that. But it's beautiful. And it's not quite as, paths aren't quite as flooded this. Let's just listen to this, the water. I was interrupted there, I think. Poor internet connection there, crossing the bridge. Sorry about that, people. Not found that. It's usually quite a good connection here in the park. Right, now we're going to go round here. Come on, Darcy. This way. We'll follow the river, the other side of the river now. It's colder actually, although there's no rain this morning and the sun's trying to come out. But it's a bit chillier. I think we're definitely into autumn now. I can see the leaves on the ground, they're all golden and brown, reddy gold. But there's still some lovely green in these trees, look. I love when the sun shines through the trees, the leaves. I hope this is brightening up your morning. So that's us crossed over now. We were on that side of the park a wee while ago. So this is, I think this is considered part of the Botanic Gardens, but we're nearer the River Kelvin than actually going into the park itself. And there's a bit of muddy walkway here which we'll slurp through. Oh. There we are. Right, this is the bit I quite like. I don't know whether they'll go up into the trees, the dogs. Darcy's getting a bit older now, but she used to spring up in amongst the trees. Come on, Floyd. Come on. That's it, he's coming. Come on, Floyd. Come on. There we are. Right. This is where Darcy usually sees. Oh. There's a jogger. Sometimes they actually seem so out of breath. I'm not sure whether they should be jogging at all. Anyway, I just like dawdling. No jogging for me. Right, we're higher up now. And across there was where we were a wee while ago. I see another jogger just going through the trees there. Mind you, I'm one to talk. I sound as if I'm out of breath and I'm just dawdling. Right, Floyd, come on. Hey, Darcy, what do you see? What do you see? The birdies? No, she's not going to go up. Now these railings have been repaired because there used to be quite a few gaps, and when I had my spaniel, Springer Spaniel, she would find the gap and forage through the trees even down to the river. Look at that tree just growing out the side there, trunk of the tree. Oh, there was that jogger. I just heard the footsteps there. Right, come on doggies, come on, that's it. I think actually they quite like dawdling along as well, no running. I don't think I videoed last week, but when I was out with Darcy, I went a walk in Hugganfield Loch, which is about I went round twice, it was about 4 miles. And then I went to Dawes Home Park, and that was probably about a mile. And then I came to this park, and I just got to the gate and Darcy just sat down. And somebody passing actually said, a wee dog asked me, is she frightened? I said, no, she just doesn't want to go another walk. She's had enough. So she knows when she's had enough. And she just decides, sit down. So we went back to the car and that was it. So, a funny doggy. I'm going to stop for a minute and just so quiet, just listen to the water. I said it before and I'm fed up hearing it, but I actually love trees. I love the water and I love trees. Maybe that's because I'm Pisces. I like water. But this is an ideal place to do my ABC. And just A for affirmation, I feel fantastic, I feel good, any of these positive phrases. The B for breathing, just take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold. And then exhale through the mouth. Just get all that energy into the lungs. And then C, imagination. Now, I can use my imagination or I can just be looking at the beautiful trees and water. But if you're somewhere that maybe you can't get out, then just close your eyes and just imagine yourself out in nature. And if you can't go for a long walk, just pop outside, look up at the sky, look up at the trees. It just makes you feel good. And of course, my 2 trademarks are smile and laugh. They cost you nothing. So I'm going to kind of sign off now. I might pop back later, but please, I'll publish my podcast later on Kintsugi and find out what that relevance is to our well-being. Anyway, oh, here we are. He's telling me, right, let's just give it a miss now. So I'm going to sign off. Bye for now.